Okay, everyone, the June 4th, 2024 meeting of the West Haven ARPA Committee will now come to order. Will each member, paid professional, and city official state your name for the record? Ken Carney.
David Grudberg, Carmody Torrance, counsel for the committee.
Dwight Knowles.
Chris Barstein.
Mike Lash,
Gary Pardo.
Ken Ferris, Ernie Chirag.
Page 1 through 4 is your agenda for tonight's meeting. Are there any proposed changes to the agenda? The agenda stands. Pages 5 through 12 are the minutes from the May 7th, 2024 regular meeting of the ARPA Committee. May I have a motion to waive the reading of the minutes?
So moved.
Do I have a second? Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Do I have a motion to accept the minutes as written for the May 7th regular meeting of the ARPA Committee?
So moved. Second.
Okay. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Let's go down to Chairman's Report, General Report. If you pull up your tracker, this is one of the most comprehensive trackers we created. I worked on this over the weekend with Sarah. Here we have new categories that you haven't seen before, the most important of which is what remains to obligate. That number is $5,562,000. However, if you look at the projects that encompasses, you can see that these will go very quickly. Paving will go quickly once the MOU is written. Painter Park Field House is construction drawings are done. That'll go out to bid soon. MARB will address the premium pay. This $5 million will go away fairly quickly. I'm going to actually talk to Mark tonight after the meeting. I'm going to go through what contracts are still required or MOUs, so I'll have this cleared up for you. Any questions on the tracker? Okay, let's go to the first project, and let's go to page 13. Here we have an invoice from Carmody for $8,676. Do you have a motion to approve? That's Gary. Do you have a second?
Second.
That's Ken. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Next, I've got two invoices for Robert Half, page 18 and 19. First invoice is 2324.47. Second invoice is 2294.56. Do you have a motion to approve?
Motion to approve.
That's Dwight. Do you have a second?
Second.
Second is Gary. Any discussion? All in favor say aye. Motion carries. Let's move on to page 20. This is Antonazzi and Associates. This is an invoice for 1950. Wait a minute, what we got here? Oh, it's Robert Half, I'm sorry. For 1950, and this is for the roof replacement at the Noble Community Center. Do I have a motion to approve?
Motion to approve.
Dwight, do you have a second?
Second.
That's Ken. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. We now move on to park projects. Anyone want to come up? Let's start on page 21. Here I have a boat ramp paint guardrails, $17.75 for Wizard Painting. Page 21, 22, and 23, you'll see before and after pictures. Do you have a motion to approve?
Motion.
Do you have a second?
Second.
Second. Gary, any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Next, on page 24, I've got Wizard Painting, Conference Center gazebo, replace shingles and stain, $875. Do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Second, okay, it's Dwight. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Next, go to page 27. I have Wizard Painting, Sandy Hook Playscape, Prime and Paint, $15.50. Page 27 through 31. Do I have a motion to approve? Do I have a second? Second, Ken. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Next, go to the boat ramp, page 32. I've got a boat ramp sign for $1,700. The pictures are, the schematic is on the next page, on page 33. Do you have a motion to approve for $1,700?
Motion.
Do you have a second?
Seconded.
Second, Chris, do I have any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Next, page 34. I have a sign, these are the decals for the upgrade to the signs, I believe, correct?
Correct, yes. Changing the time from sunset to sunrise.
And that's $500 for sign light. Do you have a motion to approve?
Motion to approve.
Do you have a second?
Second.
Second, Dwight, any discussion? All in favor?
Just real
Yes.
quick, are those all out, all the signs?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, thanks.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Next, we go to page 35. 35 brings us to a $3,177 Franks and Fence bill, wood slats, snow fence installation, 35 through 40. I'm sorry, 30, nope, I missed smoking signs.
Yeah,
My
smoking
apologies.
signs.
Go back to
Yeah.
page 35, no smoking signs. $2,000, sign light, page 35, 36.
Those are added to all the regulation signs
On the bottom there.
and installed.
Motion to approve?
Do I have a second? Gary, second. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Now we move on to page 37. This is the wood slat snow fence. Go to page 38. You'll see a picture of it. And it is for $3,177, and that is Franks and Fence. Do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
That's Chris. Do I have a second?
Second.
That's Dwight. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Let's go to page 41. Here we have boat ramp PVC coated chain link fence, and this is a company called Fortress. This went out to bid, $12,417.34. Do you have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Do you have a second?
Second.
Second, Gary? Any discussion? All,
Just quick question for
Yeah.
Ernie. Do you know when this was bid, Ernie?
When it was bid,
Yeah, ballpark. Is it like, within the last month or two?
I would say, I could tell you in a second.
Sure.
Let me just find the front page here. Well, the invoice was 523, and it went out to bid, I would say about 2 weeks before that.
April.
Okay.
Question, Ernie, how many lateral feet of size of fencing is this?
This is 625 feet. It's right on the invoice. That's on page 37.
No, 37 is
No, no, no,
the
the-
wood slats, the boat ramp,
We're on 41.
41,
Oh, I'm
42.
sorry. What are we're talking about?
How many linear feet for the
Oh,
Fortress fence?
for the other fence. Hold on.
EHJJ Partners, the,
Yep. That was, let me call up myself.
Looks pretty extensive.
That was approximately, where are we here? Hold on. Too much paper.
This was a public bid, Chris, too. This went out to bid.
just curiosity more on my part.
If I recall, I don't know why it's not in here. It's about, I would say it was gonna be about 180 feet.
And it got hit by a car last
The other
night.
night. Already.
Yep. They took out 100 feet of it. I think it's more than 180 feet, by the way.
I know one section that got hit is 80 feet. So the long section's probably over, probably about 140.
Yeah, that sounds right.
And that separates the parking area from the wetland,
Right, correct.
yeah.
Yeah.
That should keep the trash out of there.
Well, that was part of the reason too.
Let's go to page 40. Did we approve this one?
Not yet.
Not yet. All in favor for this one, say aye. Motion carries. Let's go to page 43. Here we have an $8,000 bill from Emmis Electrical Improvements at Town Green Construction.
That was just for construction and design.
Right, that's soft costs. Do you have a motion to approve?
Is that Enos?
I'll make a motion, but I have a question.
Yeah, we'll go,
Sure.
yeah. Do you have a second?
Second.
Demus. Okay, go ahead, discussion, shoot.
What does that entail, the design, what kind of?
For
electrical-
replacing and trenching the entire green with new electrical. Boxes, wiring. It's old, and it's been added to, and it's a mess.
It's a rat's nest right now.
So that's the sign lights, that's the gazebo, that's for the
The-
holiday lighting?
Everything.
Okay.
Providing
Entire-
outlets for holiday lighting, and this firm is designing all that.
Okay.
Okay. Any other discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Uh,
Motion carries. Next, go to page 44. Here we have barrier gate and removal ballards, Frankston Fence, $6,921. You'll see pictures of this on before and after on page 45 and 46. Do I have a motion to approve?
Motion to approve?
Do I have a
Question.
second?
Yeah.
Chris? Second?
What was the purpose of this?
Ernie?
There is a issue with it being undermined, the street being undermined. So instead of putting something up temporary, we decided to go ahead and put up a barrier gate that swings, it opens. It has a center bollard that could be removed, but the road has to be worked on and probably broken up quite a bit because of undermining.
Now, that's the entrance to Jimmy's, but it's a city property?
Yes, City Park at Rock Street.
Yeah.
It's Rock Street,
And now Jimmy's, their entrance is further down the street, right?
correct.
Did they give you any feedback, Jimmy?
I didn't get feedback directly, so I can't comment on that, because I really don't know if they did.
Ernie, is that gonna be closed all the time, and is Jimmy's gonna have to use the entrance?
As
for-
of right now, I'm gonna say yes, it's gonna be closed right now until something is done with the undermining condition of the road.
Okay, cause I thought I saw them pulling up the pavement over there.
They may have done some work, I'm not involved in that
And I-
end of it, so
And the
I really can't answer.
conference center too, is part, so will people be able to get into
The park,
conference center?
they still have the entrance on Captain Thomas, just like the entrance for Jimmy's.
Okay.
Okay, any other discussion on this one? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes. Next, we've got Protect Our Dune sign, sign light 2400, page 47. Do we have a motion to approve?
Motion to
Do
approve?
we have a second?
Seconded.
Chris, any discussion? It's on page 48. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Let's go to page 49. Here we have a sign light for $1,680. Welcome to West Haven sign. You can see it on page 50. Do you have a motion to approve?
Make a motion to
Ken?
approve.
Do you have a second?
Second.
Mike, any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, motion carries. Next, we go to page 51. Here we have a sign for $2,079, and this is the shoreline regulation sign. You can go to page 52 and see it.
We needed 4 more to complete the areas that we had to cover for PD.
Does this cover all 4?
It covers all 4 signs with no smoking signs and also installed.
Good deal. Do you have a motion to approve?
Motion.
We made the motion, right? No, okay, do you have a second?
Second.
Second. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Let's go to page 56. Here we have bike racks from Classic Drywall.
Classic Drywall is the company that installed them for the city.
Right. And their bill's for $2,880. Do you have a motion to approve?
Motion to approve?
That's Dwight. Do I have a second?
Seconded.
Second, Chris. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Say aye. Excellent. Okay, next, we have ad for Beach Street pedestrians. That's a Hearst Media ad, $502.41, page 59. Do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Do you have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Next, we got Parks Management. We have 2 invoices for Parks Management. This is the reimbursement for Ernie and Leo, $4,967.73 and $3,158.78. We have a motion to approve both those invoices on page 61 and 62.
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. All right, let's move on to project estimates requiring ARPA Committee approval. So these are not invoices, these are proposals. Let's start with page 63. Here we have a fence for the boat ramp portable bathroom enclosure for $2327 from Frankston Fence. So I have a motion to approve. Now, this is under $2,500, so we're not using a state contract, we're using our own discretion. Motion to approve this one?
Motion to approve?
Dwight, second?
Second.
Second. Mike, any discussion?
Where are these, one is by the boat? Oh,
That's it, it's just one, it's three sides, it's just one enclosure. I had the fence company that installed the fence leave a 9-foot opening, so it's recessed back, and the porta potty goes into that enclosure.
Oh, okay, gotcha. I guess what was confusing me was two copies in the book, so I thought there was two.
Oh, no,
There's just one.
just one.
Okay,
We had
gotcha.
some extra paper, my apologies.
Keep me on your toes.
Is all the confusion over, Mike?
I'm good.
Okay, I appreciate that. Did we go through a motion yet? We did, right?
Yeah.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Next, we have Wizard Painting to paint the Morris Park concession stand for $5,475. Page 65. Do I have a motion to approve?
Is this interior of the?
This is interior,
kitchen?
this was the first floor. You should have pictures in your, I don't see them here. But yes, if you look at the pictures, it was in bad shape. It was peeling. They could not get a permit from the health department to open up the concession stand because of the peeling paint. I put it out to bid, and Wizard Painting was the lowest bidder. He did test everything before, after, it was all on the ground, and you can see it on the picture.
The
So-
expectation would not be asbestos, it would be lead. And that was-
Lead, right, lead.
And he can work with lead, providing he uses lead-safe practices, so he's good.
Yeah, I think that concession stand was built after lead-based paint was.
Probably.
Even
Yeah,
banned.
I think so.
But we
I flipped a
do,
lot of burgers back there myself.
you assume that it's lead, you don't even test.
You wouldn't
That's how it
test,
works.
you just
You
assume.
That's it. All right, do you have a motion to approve this one? Do
Motion to approve.
you have a second?
Okay, this is an estimate, right? Not an
Estimate only,
actual
sir.
invoice.
Estimate only.
Right, no, there's no approval form. These four, there's no approval form because we're just doing the proposal as opposed to the actual invoice.
Approving the proposal only.
There's no
Okay.
approval form on these.
Who seconded that?
Second.
Okay, any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Next, I have Morris Park on page 71. Here we have an estimate to paint the conference room.
This is the second
Floor.
floor of
Second
the
floor.
concession stand.
Do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Chris, they are looking for a burger flipper.
Two kids through that little league, I held every position that they had, and I will never do it.
You're not coming back, huh?
I'm done.
Next,
Seasonal work.
page 72. All right, this is Westcott and Mapes. What this is the urban farm project at 100 Plainfield Avenue. Now, the mayor has reallocated through the council $300,000 for parks, $200,000 that will go to this project. This is a proposal that came off the SCROG list, cooperative purchasing. Very difficult to get an engineer right now. Two refused, who we called in that list. This Westcott Mapes took it. Their number is $59,400. Their proposal goes from page 72 to 77. I've looked it over carefully. It's all in line with what you'd expect. Do you have a motion to approve?
Approved.
Do you have a second?
Second.
Any discussion?
Ken, what are they looking to,
So what we have is we've got a huge plot up off of Plainfield Road. It's overgrown. They want to come in, they want to do community gardens, they want to design trails, they want to get rid of the species that are hurting the park, so to speak, and open this up to the public. And it starts with the soft course. How many acres is that? What did we say it was, 14 or?
42.
Oh, 40,
40.
40
it's
acres.
gotta be more than
40 acres, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So it's huge.
And I know it was designed as open space, so there's probably some restrictions on what you can do up there.
Westcott Mapes has researched that, and that's part of their proposal.
Okay, great.
Yeah. Okay. Did we say, all in favor, say aye?
Aye.
Motion carries. All right, let's move on to Vertical Church. They have presented some, we approved their revised budget. They have presented some invoices. They were approved, nothing this month. Stormwater management, this is broken up to a couple different categories. The first of which is CDM Smith, page 78. This is an invoice, part of the soft cost, $6,860. Do you have a motion to approve?
Motion to approve?
Do you have a second? Second?
Second.
Okay, any discussion?
I'm not sure what you're trying to edit.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. All right, recycling totes. My understanding is that they will be delivered in mid-June. Every address will get one. Broadband access library. So the contract's been signed. We did receive some invoices, but we rejected those invoices. They did not contain enough detail. And I emailed the library back. I got those invoices late. They were deficient, and we'll see them next month. City Hall windows, waiting for the window delivery. We do have one window in, but we're waiting for the delivery of the rest of the windows. Fire District Allentown, diversity passed the scope review. I had 2.5 pages for them to commit to. They signed every line. This will now go to contract, and then before Marvin, they can start. Fire District, Center District, contract signed. They're going back and forth between purchasing property or fixing up the Malloy Street Station. West Shore District, Antonazzi's working on the plans, and they're due the end of June, and we'll go out to bid for that $1 million allotment. Boardwalk monitoring cameras are done. Tested, done, working. The change order was signed for the Recore cameras. In addition to the cameras on the boardwalk, they have a program called Recore where they put cameras, like 30 of them around the city, in areas that the police think they need to be. And when a cruiser pulls up to the camera, he can access the memory card going back like 4 or 5 weeks. So you wake up one morning, someone dumped mattresses in your front yard. If there's a Recore camera there, we can get a license plate and take care of that. All right? That's the update. Any questions on those projects? All right, moving on to page 79. Here we have Omnidata. This is their final invoice. These are the beach camera guys. I should say it's their final invoice for the beach cameras. This is $40,645.44. Do you have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Do you have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Let's go down to page 82. Omnidata has a $13,000 change order. This is for a camera on the corner of Beach and Washington Avenue. He will be supplying the LTE. He's supplying the camera. That'll be operational soon. Do you have a motion to approve this change order? $13,234.24.
This one's not an invoice, it's to do the work.
Yes, proposal.
Same with the next one.
Correct.
It's a proposal, but it's here as an invoice.
Ignore that one. Is that the approval form?
Yes,
Recycle it. Wasn't clear on that one.
because there's another invoice for 254,000.
Proposals
That
only,
one
get rid
is
of
not.
those.
Both of those are proposals, so
Okay.
should not be signing those. No need to sign.
Do you have a motion to approve this one? Motion, Gary, do you have a second?
So we're making a,
Which one?
Okay.
Second.
so we are
13,000
making a motion to approve the proposal.
Correct, $13,234.24, that's correct. No paperwork's needed on your end.
Yeah, you can fold that one in half, Rohan, to eliminate any confusion. So,
He put a basket right by you, so you can throw it
there
away.
you go.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. All right, next we have the Recore project. This is what I just mentioned. This is a proposal for 254,618.96, starts on page 85 and goes to page 86. Do you have a motion to approve?
Motion to approve.
Do you have a second? Okay, any discussion?
What exactly is this project gonna do?
So that's, I mentioned that, it's 30 cameras
Yep.
spread throughout the city that have memory cards. They're not a live feed. A live feed would cost millions of dollars. So a cruiser pulls up to the camera, goes into his laptop, he's got a password, and he can see what happened there in the last 4 weeks.
And these will be spread out throughout the city?
Correct.
That's great.
Yeah, there's one in front of your house, actually.
And can the city take action on recorded behavior?
Right.
And issue,
Summonses?
I don't know those rules. What I think the way it's explained to me is if you catch a guy dumping on the camera, that's an offense. You can use the footage to prove that.
Just
Yes,
curious,
but-
yeah, I can't get to the highway every morning without watching somebody run a stop sign or a red light in this town.
Yeah, I believe it.
Usually in front of a police officer, too.
So that's a program called Record that a lot of towns do, because you're not running power, you're not running Wi-Fi to it, you're not doing all the things that spending $500,000 at the beach cameras.
Now, they're hard in one place, are they mobile?
Correct.
Can they be relocated to
They
other
could be
control
relocated,
areas?
yes, they could. Yep. Maybe put one on the hood of your car.
That I would volunteer for.
That was my question, because it said, the license plate recognition, so I wasn't sure, like, if they were trying to track a vehicle for whatever reason. then-
My understanding is there are certain areas in town that they have consistent problems with and no cameras. This takes care of that problem.
Okay, good.
Where are we with the motion? Do we, in discussion?
Yeah, my question with this is that isn't these cameras like infringing on people's right per se? Because I mean, if people don't know they're recorded, how can you use these cameras as evidence to catch them in
They
the
have no
act?
right to privacy on a public highway.
Public.
My lawyers have answered the question. Yeah, no, in general, unless the cameras are peering into someone's home in an area where one would normally have a reasonable expectation of privacy, in general, the law is that if you're out running red lights and there happens to be a surveillance camera that catches you, then too bad.
And I work in New Haven, you see them everywhere.
Sure. All right. Do we have a motion on this one? I forget where we
Yes.
are. Okay. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. Okay, let's go to Haley School ramp. White Owl should be starting soon. Noble Community Center, a little issue there. So the contractor tried to hit us with an $8,600 change order to crane the units on the roof. I rejected the change order. Then he called me, and he said he's not allowed to put the units on the roof when people are in the building, and since people are in the building Monday through Friday, he has to pay Saturday time and a half. I then went through his whole contract, and it says that he was familiar with all the laws and regulations and blah, blah, blah. We ain't paying it. So if he's gotta deliver on a Saturday, that's on him. Bid has been received from High Voltage Maintenance. It turns out, High Voltage Maintenance has deferred to Newington Electrical, and they're on the state bid list, so they will be, awarded that project. I'm actually bringing that home tonight to send to finance late tonight to tell them, let's get a contract and a PO. Bleachers, we found the manufacturer thanks to Mike, spoke to him today, and we're meeting next Wednesday on site, and we'll be able to get that project going. And then we have on page 92 some mental health invoices. These are always I'm sorry, 88 through 92, my apologies. 88 has the sort of the synopsis for 27,361. Do I have a motion to approve Bridges healthcare invoice? We'll give it to Rohan, followed by Dwight. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye. Motion carries. Aid to small business, my understanding is the mayor is running a symposium on June 11th at the high school in the auditorium to invite business people to take advantage of that. Support for the arts funding, community funding, there's two buckets, the mayor is handling that. Storage shed for the police department, waiting for a site plan. Now I have new business. And that new business, Oh, I'm sorry, of Jow Films on page 93. $250. Do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Okay.
And also to approve, authorize me to execute the approval form, since we didn't have that one on the agenda.
Let's go back to Jow. So the motion to approve, motion is gonna be Mike and Dwight. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye. Motion carries. Next, under new business, I've got Superior Logistics. These are the guys holding on to the boilers, $600. That invoice I brought with me, it didn't make the book. Pass that down.
I'm not sure we made a motion for Jack, no, to approve the 250.
Yeah.
You are David?
Yep.
We did?
I think we did, and I added at the end.
Okay.
That the approval also
Okay, with the-
authorizes me to execute the approval form on behalf of everyone, and I'll add the same thing for the Superior Logistics invoice.
of that, Joe?
In the book.
I guess I'm a little bit slow today.
Do you have a motion to approve Superior Logistics LLC for $600?
So moved.
Do you have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Is there any other proposed new business from anyone on the committee? Do I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Guys, have a great night and thanks for being here.